Kaukauna High School. It's the 15th annual Cheesehead Invitational here on Fox Sports.
You know, our big guy's back on charge. He's back in time. Edgar Ruano, he's at a weight class where in our dual meet lineup we have to bump him a lot because our heavyweight's not out yet. But Edgar's in there. He's stepping it up. He's down to 220. He's kicking some butt. So hopefully this will recharge.
220 pounds, Bryce Fisher of Southeast Polk, undefeated senior. And Edgar Ruano from Montini Catholic, the junior, 25-7 for head coach Izzy Martinez.
Southeast Polk with their third wrestler so far, 3rd out of 4 in the finals. Being very aggressive to try to set the tone.
Southeast Polk leading the team race at the start of these championship matches. Fisher, 3rd at the Iowa State tournament last year at 285, now down here at 220.
You can see he's got a really tall, long, lanky frame. He's probably leaned out a little bit. He has been very offensive. That might be a better fit for him down at 220. He's been on the attack here since the first whistle blew. There's another shot.
Ruano coming off a 3rd place finish at the Dvorak down there in Illinois. And both these guys as well with Greco and freestyle experience. Back to the center with 1:12 remaining here in this first period.
There's a nice front head. He's working him down.
Ruano dives in. Able to separate. Reestablish position, 45 seconds. Fisher was 3rd here at the Cheesehead a year ago, up at 285.
It's nice to see guys looking to chain wrestle out of that front head. You know, going from the front head, and as the opponent's circling, they're looking for a single, so that's good. They're trying to get some offense going. Nice to see these big guys wrestling, not just pushing and pulling, but really getting after it.
Late here in the first. Fisher and Ruano content to wrestle a scoreless first period.
Ruano's hit some, he's pulling the trigger, he's hitting some shots, but it seems like he's letting his shoulders get out in front of his knees, which is getting him extended. He's never really bringing his body to the legs, so it's going to be tough for him to get deep in on a finish.
Fisher starts period on bottom. And Fisher with a quick escape. Match's first tally leads at 1-0. And I thought maybe a situation there with Ruano. Use that big frame on top, try to take some gas out of him.
Yeah, I mean, Fisher was able to kind of pause for a second there as the whistle blew and maybe adjust a little bit to what Ruano was throwing at him on top. And he went to a wide base stand-up, circled up, and cleared out. It's a good upper weight stand-up right there.
Fisher had a single leg, but a hard whizzer there from Ruano. A lot of times situation here, we'll get a stalemate, and we get one there with 1:25 in the second period.
The way this match has gone, it's looking like it's going to be a really tight-knit match here. You know, it doesn't seem like guys are really going to be able to get to the legs and capitalize on a finish.
Little outside single attempt there from Fisher.
Again,
now here
nice.
Ruano. Great opportunity here. You got to capitalize.
Nice chain wrestling from the front head. He hit down block and ran left to the corner. Found his way to a single. He's gonna. There it is. Doubling off, picking up two. That's some good chain wrestling there going on by Ruano.
That was great wrestling there from Ruano. And he's got his first lead in this championship final, 2-1. Ruano, sneaky quick. He's pretty quick.
Yeah, for a guy his size, I mean, he moves well. He's getting his legs back and running his feet to the corner.
Up on his toes, a lot of pressure. And there's an escape.
Creating a lot of good movement off the bottom. You've got to like to see that from all wrestlers, but especially a big guy. Getting his knees moving his hips, swiveling his hips to the open space.
Side ad 2, there's a shot at the edge by Fisher and will reset.
Yeah, again, it's been nice to see. He's been on the attack. He just hasn't been able to capitalize, but you know, the more shots he takes, that's probably going to pay off.
Ruano with the right wrist of Fisher. Goes in there for a double. Turns the corner. No points yet. Now we'll drop to a single leg.
We're seeing some good motion there. He kind of relaxed on the edge. I was surprised by that. Some nice chain wrestling there. Just again, he wasn't able to capitalize. Went from that double to the single and kind of had a little bit of an exchange, but saw the guys relax a little bit on the edge, and you know, you're not going to see that. You're not going to have that opportunity too often. Got to capitalize right there.
You know, one of those things that doesn't show up in the box score, and those are big opportunities. I mean, you got to score when those opportunities present themselves, but it's hard wrestling. It's not going to happen all the time. You got to work through it. You got to put it behind you. But Ruano right there, that would have been his second takedown, and that one would have been critical. Yeah, that would have been big to close out the second period here. Now we got a 2-2, and you know, as offensive as Fisher has been, wouldn't surprise me to see him go in on the leg attacks here to try to finish off the second period. Ruano, he'll have choice when we go to the third. That's going to play a factor too. You know, if they keep that in mind, they know Ruano is probably going to choose down, so it'd be in Fisher's best interest if he's able to pull the trigger and finish a leg attack. And maybe right off a restart here. Catch a guy on his heels. Yep, way to execute. Oh, nothing happening here. Look at Ruano. Got a body lock. Great refusal. Both wrestlers continuing to wrestle, fighting things off. That's what I call being stingy right there on defense. Love seeing one guy trying to be greedy, getting to the leg attacks. The other guy's stingy, fights it off, and we have a nice exchange between both wrestlers. And this weight class is so fun to watch. 220 pounds. These guys are athletes. I'm impressed with Ruano's athleticism in his hips. He's got those swivel hips. Yeah, both these guys are moving really well. That's some awesome wrestling. 2-2. Ruano, no surprise, he'll go on bottom. And looks like Fisher's going to try to ride him for a little bit, looking for a cradle. And I like right there what Fisher did. In that position, you go back to a finish, and that's what he did. You run him out of bounds. Good awareness. Yeah, he's got a fresh start there. You know, he's got to be careful doing that too many times. You know, you run a guy out of bounds, the official picks up. But hasn't certainly been called from yet. A strategy standpoint, you know, use your first one for sure. Here Absolutely. He is again. Same situation, he's going to a finish, and this time Ruano able to get the hip separation and gets the escape to lead it 3-2. Fisher from Southeast poked Ruano, Montini Catholic. Yeah, both great programs, both very well coached. You can see that the way their kids are competing out here tonight. Mentioned Izzy Martinez and Jason Christensen, head coach there at Southeast Polk. Fisher staying after it here. Final minute. And Ruano with another takedown. There's a little pancake. You know, Fisher shot in, he stayed on his knees. Ruano made him pay for that.
You know, you take a risk, which is great, go in on a shot, but if it's not there, you got to circle back up. Can't hang out on the knees.
And you talk about these schedules. Ruano comes in 25-7, but you got to remember, I believe Montini is at the Iron Man, Beast of the East, Clash. I mean, some of those great tournaments, the Dvorak, the great tournaments here in this country, they're at them, Cheesehead included. And it's about getting better.
Yeah, they're definitely battle tested, you know. They're doing putting in the matches, and here Ruano's just going to hold position. It's nice to see Fisher's continuing to attack, though. You know, it's only 5-3. He can still win this.
26 seconds, and one thing with me, Mike, I'm a body language guy, and I always like to watch body language, and I'm looking at Fisher right there.
Coach Christensen coming down, checking out his wrestler. You know, I know you brought up both him and Coach Martinez, but I bet you those two guys would be the first to tell you how important their support staff is. We all know how important that is to have a great assistant coaching staff and youth coaching staff around you, because it takes a lot to build a really successful wrestling program.
And you nailed it right on the head. These are not teams. These are programs. And it starts when these are young kids and everybody's on the same page. Philosophy is the same throughout the ranks of the coaching staff, and it's about being cohesive.
Yeah, and I'm going to guess that you know, a lot of the kids that are wrestling these finals have come up through their youth programs, through their middle schools, and are proud to represent their high school programs out here tonight.
16 seconds.
Ruano getting after it.
Ruano doing a nice job maintaining position. Final seconds. See if Fisher's got something. There's a stalling on Ruano, only his first, and he's going to go behind and put a cherry on top of a Cheesehead championship. That was a workmanlike performance there from Montini Jr. Edgar Ruano. He's your Cheesehead champion at 220.
He really did a good job out there tonight. Kept the guy fighting off his legs. He kind of pick and choose when he was going to score, but he kept moving the entire match, and it paid off for him.